How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Weeb Lounge. I am Nick, and in this character spotlight, we are looking at the Ceremonial costume edition of Yuki. Yes, everyone's not so favorite trap character or whatever. I mean, seriously, this character is so narcissistic. I wish I could bend the laws of time, space, bend reality, stick my hand into the screen, and slap the non-binary pecos off this character sometimes. First off, kind of sorry about the late review, guys, or whatever. At work, I kind of injured my foot and everything really bad, and stairs were the enemy for a while. I could barely walk for a few days, and my little studio gaming and everything down here is all downstairs, and I wasn't feeling it, literally. Like, I would just fall face first down the stairs, and that would be the end of me. Yep, my foot hurt so bad. That might not have been a bad thing or whatever. Still hurts, but it's better, so... But that aside, trap character Yuki, walking around with a, I guess, sword, the mirror on it. It's just to show how old I am. Anybody remember Lex Luthor before, like, early in his days where he was like the narcissist or whatever? Always walked around with the mirror and all this. It was stupid. It was horrible. I hated that guy. And same here. Now, this character is super specific. I'll get into the details a little bit later, but it's so freaking super specific that, like, really, if you find the situation for him to be in, it is a super effective character, but otherwise not so much. Let's go ahead and get into the skills, and I'll get into those same details. Skill number 1, I'm so cute, flowers are jealous. Must be talking about, like, dandelions or something, or weeds. Anyways, increases the magic attack power of all allies in range and recovers a small amount of technique points depending on the number of beauty stacks he has. Yep, his narcissism is now a mechanic. Okay, the beauty stacks explanation coming up. Skill number 2, do your best for me. I mean, no, just no. Every time Yuki gets a status effect buff, he gets 1 stack of beauty with a max of 60 stacks. Also buffs all allies in range with a permanent magic defense buff and magic barrier. Yes, those 2 buffs are permanent, and skill number 2 only activates once at the very beginning of the fight. I'll go into a little bit more details on that in just a bit. EX skill, nothing as usual. It's magic attack power. He got him at 5 stars. More magic attack power. Yay. So one of these days they just need to incorporate that as like a hidden bonus or something. It's just stupid. Union burst. My beauty will rule the world. No, it won't. I guarantee it won't. Nope. Large single target magic damage attack and magic attack power debuff. It also buffs the magic attack power of all allies within range. The number of beauty stacks will increase the effectiveness of both the buff and debuff. Whatever. So the beauty stacks effectively affect all the buffs in general. So, and the amount of technique points or whatever. But that's like it. That's all the things. Doesn't affect any kind of damage he does, but not like he's really there to do damage anyways. This is a support character primarily. I mean, if that ain't obvious to you guys by now, then, you know, how long have you been playing this game? Seriously. All right, let's go ahead and throw him into combat. I need to find like a little side story here. Was it Misato's Summer Cheer? There we go. That's the one I wanted. And we'll go into here because I'm trying to farm all old shards from some characters I still haven't 5-starred or level broke or whatever. So we'll go ahead and do this. Yuki, I have Yuki gear capped 274, not level break because I don't believe it's a limited character, so it takes like a gazillion shards to do it, and I don't do it. I ain't gonna spend my DAs for that. No. Okay, there's a good little bit to go over with this character. First up, the character's range. All the buffs have a specific freaking range, right? Well, that range is between Nyne and New Year's Peko. It's like a weird mid-range, mid-ground thing. It's one of the weirdest ranges I've seen or whatever. So it's like this really, really specific area. Look at the mirrors. It's just mirrors. You can look at yourself and reflect the sunlight. That's like a Greek weapon or something to burn ships and fleets, isn't it? Or is it Egyptian? And something around that area, Mediterranean-ish, whatever. Oh, my knowledge of history only goes so far. Stupid mirrors. But anyways, this character is super specific in this, in that he is good for single target boss fights where you need to use a magic group to fight a boss single target that is primarily magic damage based. That's your scenario. Allow me to repeat that. Single target boss fights only, put in a magic group fighting a boss that primarily does magic damage. And it gets even more specific than that, because that range, you know, Nanica to New Year's Peko, whatever magic you're trying to do, magic damage you're trying to do, has to be concentrated almost to the mid ground. It can't go much further than that. It's a short range. So the groups that you can do, I think, was it Costume Ilya that we just got? I think she qualifies for that, and a few others. Gets the Nanica, that's very important. So yeah, you can form a really good group with it, but it's so freaking specific. So specific. Now let's go ahead and do this again. I got a couple more in here. Did I get? I didn't get a shard. Go figure. Alright, let's do one more just for the heck of it. Now, to elaborate on skill number 2, though, do your best for me. And subscribe, and like, and share. See, I rolled that one pretty good. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay, so skill 2 only executes at the very beginning of the battle, giving allies that permanent magic defense buff and magic barrier. Now, it's not a damage absorption barrier. That's not like that. It's basically a magic damage reduction barrier. It stays on the whole team. It doesn't really go away, as far as I know, and just absorbs a little bit here and there. And that's pretty much it. You got the little symbols on the. They really need to have a thing where you can like hover over and see the symbol things. I always kind of hated that with Princess Connect because it doesn't really tell you. I like to read things, not really. But it gives the entire team a large defensive advantage against any kind of magic attacks. Okay, depending what boss you're going up against, that can be really useful. And even if you're fighting a primarily physical damage boss that happens to have like a Union Burst that's magic based, for whatever reason, maybe there's one like that, maybe be effective as well. But it basically makes this character a mid-guard magic support role against targeted magic damage based boss fights. It's a very specific role, but very good, very specific, very good at it. I think I just repeated myself like 18 freaking times. This character drives me nuts. It's like anytime they come out with a new Yuki or whatever, it's like a good version of Yuki, but the original version, even at 6 stars, is like meh. Meh. We don't really care. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button. I know I already rolled it into the other things, but ease my pain and make sure you sub or something. Get those thumbs up. So, it's not a limited character, right? At least I don't think it is, right? Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but regardless of that, do you pull for this character? Well, because of my foot and my battle with stairs, you know, I was like Professor X. My vulnerability was stairs, you know. I couldn't go down them, so that kind of sucked. So I am late with the review, but I always still have to say, do you pull for this character or do you not? I'm gonna have to say this character is far too specific. Unless you're one of those players that are min-maxing all the things, trying to do your absolute best in clan battles or whatever boss you're trying to fight, this is a character you can hands down pass on. If you're a completionist, great. If you're trying to get those numbers, great. But otherwise, your average everyday player does not need this character and will probably never use this character. Or if you do have a need for the character and you're in a big enough clan, well, chances are somebody has one somewhere where you can just get for support and you can save your money. Don't spend a dime on him, because if you do, he's just going to go out and buy more mirrors. Probably has a lot of bad luck. I imagine he broke a lot of them or whatever. I got bad luck too, so I broke my foot. He could break his face. I don't care. Slap those non-pecos or whatever the heck. Oh my god, this video's done before I get into trouble. We'll see you in the next one.